Thank you, Mr. Chair and Ranking Member Westerman, for holding this. Secretary Haaland, thank you for joining us today. I would like to especially thank you for appearing in person. It is well past the time we restore the norm of appearing in person to conduct business in this committee. The Interior Department's budget request includes an increase of just over $26 million for the Mineral Resources Program. This program is crucial to mapping unknown deposits of critical minerals, which is important because, as your request acknowledges, we are over 95% import reliant for 20 of the 35 critical minerals. However, in my district, the Duluth complex features 95% of America's nickel, 88% of America's cobalt, and about 1/3 of America's copper, not to mention the rare earths or the platinum group elements and others. We know where these minerals are. We don't need to map them. In fact, the USGS has more than 55 entries for the Duluth complex alone. And during the campaign, then candidate Biden seemed to acknowledge this issue as well. In fact, as you can see in this Reuters headline from October of 2020, then candidate Biden pledged to use domestic union miners, including those in my district, to help source these minerals. Fast forward to May of 2021, about 2 months after your confirmation, you can see in this Reuters headline that now President Biden's administration plans to look abroad to foreign countries for minerals and no longer use the domestic union members in northern Minnesota. Secretary Haaland, what changed from October of 2020 to May of 2021, and why does the administration no longer plan to use domestic miners to source these critical minerals that follow the best environmental standards and the best labor standards in the world? And we're talking about the Duluth complex, the biggest copper nickel find in North America.
Congressman, thank you so much for the question. And what I can say is that President Biden does support energy independence in our country. We agree that ensuring the availability of critical minerals to the future of our energy needs is very important to America's competitiveness.
Madam
and
Secretary,
new technologies.
would you rather source these minerals in our country where we've mapped them? We follow the best EPA, the best labor standards. Wouldn't we want to mine these minerals in the United States rather than source it out to foreign nations?
I truly appreciate your question and your information, Congressman. And of course, we're happy to continue to speak with you about this issue.
We talked about permitting earlier, Madam Secretary. We have one copper nickel mine in its 19th year. The other one is going on 10 years. Yet, just in southern Ontario, there's a gold mine that they put together in 4 years. Same watershed. We can do better. So I support mapping our minerals. We need to know exactly what we are blessed with in this country nationwide. And how can we secure our domestic supply chains? We need to extract these critical minerals from where they are. We need to limit our foreign reliance on child labor and foreign adversaries that don't have our best interests at heart. It does not make sense to transition to alternative sources of energy, depending on foreign nations for these critical minerals that we use in our everyday life, that are a part of our everyday life now. And as we transition, it's important we mine the minerals here in our country. And so I would say, by catering to activists, anti-jobs, anti-mining crowd with only 16 days remaining in office, the Obama-Biden administration pulled long-standing mineral leases for Twin Metals, the project in northern Minnesota, to the dismay of bipartisan, bicameral coalition of Minnesota members of Congress and the Iron Range. In May of 2019, the Trump administration rightfully reinstated these leases, providing certainty to a region and its union workers and our nation. Once again, removing these leases would thrust the Iron Range, my constituent, in desperate economic need of jobs. Can you today commit to supporting union jobs and revitalizing northern Minnesota by keeping these long-standing mineral leases in place and not prejudging any outcomes before the environmental review is completed?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. And I don't make a practice of prejudging anything, and we do feel that we have a review process in place that will make sure.
Although you did sign on to
Time is up.
removing 234,000 acres, prejudging.
Thank
Time
you,
is up.
Congressman.
Gentleman
Thank you.
yields.